Greetings. Earth doesn't hold many big surprises. If you thought Antarctica was a continent composed solely of ice, you were mistaken. Welcome to Antarctica, a supercontinent spanning 14 million square kilometers located at the geographic South Pole, which sparks significant scientific interest and holds great value for us. It's teeming with native life forms like penguins, as well as peculiar ones like tardigrades. With an average temperature of -60 degrees Celsius, equivalent to the surface of Mars, it's like being on another planet, a desert with scarce precipitation and an atmosphere so translucent that it enables observatories to operate under optimal conditions. Nevertheless, its freshwater reserves account for 80% of what our entire planet generates. For decades, scientists have extensively studied this area. There are at least 65 research bases from more than 30 countries, but what they have uncovered isn't just in its atmosphere or the life forms that inhabit it, it's within the Earth's interior. Initially, the climate and harsh conditions suggested that there was nothing beyond Antarctica's layers of ice, a flat and uneventful continent. However, when scientists started scanning deep within the ice, they stumbled upon never-before-seen surprises. What lay hidden beneath the Antarctic ice had remained unscanned until now. Attempts to scan the subterranean interior of Antarctica yielded uninteresting results, but this changed with the refinement of radar technology. What scientists have discovered beneath the nearly 2 kilometers of Antarctic ice has left them astounded. The vast size of the Antarctic continent has left large areas unexplored for several decades. Now, the situation has changed. Beneath the Antarctic ice, an ancient continent never seen before is concealed. Moreover, they have found Earth's deepest canyon beneath sea level. Its maximum depth reaches around 3,500 kilometers below sea level. Located just beneath the Denman Glacier in eastern Antarctica, the University of California, Irvine, has created new maps using radar. The interior of Antarctica is filled with hidden canyons, valleys, and mountains. Radar measurements combined with seismic measurements have formed the most accurate image of Antarctica's hidden continent. Another surprising discovery for scientists has been the existence of a massive lake of freshwater at a depth of 4,000 kilometers. This lake measures 50 kilometers in width, 250 kilometers in length, with an area of 12,500 square kilometers. The surface of this freshwater lake lies approximately 4,000 meters beneath the ice, placing it around 500 meters below sea level. The lake was named Vostok due to its proximity to the Vostok Research Station. Even more intriguing data emerged when a team from the United States began drilling into the lake and collected samples at -0.5 degrees Celsius. The samples indicated strange life forms beneath the Antarctic ice. It's not the first time microorganisms have been found in such inhospitable sites. What no one expected was to find them 500 meters beneath the ice in a hidden lake. Interestingly, some microorganisms from the Antarctic underworld, far from solar radiation and with an oxygen concentration 3 times higher than Earth's atmosphere, feed on rocks. A colony of microbes is thriving in a cold and dark habitat. This extreme life offers many clues about what life could be like on other worlds beyond Earth. To the best of our knowledge, Antarctica harbors around 400 lakes beneath the ice, connected to each other forming rivers and caverns. In this environment, where pressure is so high, water remains liquid. There truly is another ecosystem within our world's interior, with evolution and life forms we hadn't seen before. Another intriguing lake is known as Lake Whillans. A Russian team drilled into the lake to a depth of around 800 meters. Once again, the surprise was substantial as they identified at least 3,931 species of bacteria, a number very similar to any lake exposed to sunlight and where more essential nutrients should exist. The Vostok Lake has an average temperature of -3 degrees Celsius below zero and a pressure of 360 atmospheres. In absolute darkness, 40 times more than the surface of Venus. The pressure is so high that the water doesn't freeze. No known life on the Earth's surface can survive such conditions. These life forms have adapted to the environment and are harnessing all available sources of energy. Archaea are ammonium oxidizers, and when they die, they become food for other microorganisms that oxidize sulfur. Other bacteria utilize methane, and others oxidize iron. This creates a perfectly balanced ecosystem. The microorganisms found in Antarctica's Vostok Lake belong to a type of bacteria from the genus Pseudomonas and can adapt to any type of environment. They can even be found as pathogens in plants, animals, and humans. The new species has been named Pseudomonas versuta. Another unknown bacteria found in the lake is called W123-10. The genome of this bacteria is 86% similar to other terrestrial organisms, while 14% is unknown to science. The subglacial ecosystem was isolated from the rest of the planet for about 15 million years, evolving independently from the rest of the world. This suggests that we are discovering microorganisms from millions of years ago that we had never seen before. Not only do life forms exist, but there are complex ecosystems forming colonies of bacteria, an existence we've always believed would be present. The effort has been worthwhile, and we were right. This discovery confirms that life is truly tenacious, and when it emerges, it is very resilient. This gives much hope for finding microbial life beneath the icy crusts of Jupiter's and Saturn's moons, such as Europa, Titan, and Ganymede, even beneath Mars' surface. On the other hand, we run the risk of exposing ourselves to unknown viruses and bacteria that have been dormant for millions of years. The awakening of these lone slumbers could endanger humanity. Climate change is bringing these microbes to light, and some may come back to life. The existence of subglacial systems and streams under the thick layers of ice is unprecedented. There is a subworld beneath the ice of Antarctica, full of valleys, lakes, and extremely diverse life forms. Radars mounted on planes flying over Antarctica penetrate the ice layer with unprecedented precision. The BED machine project collects various types of information about the continent and studies how ice behavior could affect us in the future. Antarctica is about 34 million years old. However, the mountains of the Antarctic subworld still hold significant secrets. There are mountain ranges that formed around 1 billion years ago, before the appearance of complex life forms on Earth. At that time, the supercontinent Rodinia formed, and 500 million years later, Gondwana appeared. The mystery of this question was solved by the European Space Agency's GOES satellite with its sophisticated space sensors. It managed to scan the continent as it passed over Antarctica. Using the collected data and measurements, researchers created a kind of three-dimensional map of Antarctica's tectonic underworld. This was how they discovered what was hidden by the remnants of the spectacular destruction of an ancient supercontinent. Scientists assert that the discovered supercontinent beneath Antarctica's ice are the remnants of the Gondwana continent that split apart 160 million years ago. They are now beneath Antarctica's ice, more than 2 kilometers deep. Additionally, Gondwana's remnants have also been found in India and Australia and share similarities among them, indicating that Gondwana's and Rodinia's remnants are still distributed within Earth's interior. Another discovery that shows how different the Earth was 160 million years ago is the fossil of a frog in Antarctica, found by Swedish paleontologists. This means that the Earth had a warm climate when the Gondwana supercontinent split. The discovered frog belongs to the giant Magellanic frog, which lived in South America. This indicates that after the disappearance of Gondwana, climatic conditions in Antarctica were very similar to those existing now in South America. The Antarctic ice sheet began forming about 34 million years ago. However, what has truly captured people's attention are the holes that suddenly form in the middle of the ice. Antarctica is breaking apart due to climate change. This continent is of vital importance to us, not just because of its water reserves, but also because if global warming continues and the Antarctic ice were to melt, sea levels could rise by about 60 meters, submerging all coastal populations underwater. The hidden ecosystem beneath Antarctica still holds many unanswered questions. We don't know what will happen when the ice melts and microorganisms emerge to the surface. Perhaps we will discover new plant species and fossils of ancient animals, or something we can't even imagine. If you enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe, share on social media, and leave your comment.